Connection, good to go. Okay. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for spending some time today with us at Bronx Community Board 2. It is Wednesday, July 15th, 2020. It's 1 p.m. And this is the District Service Cabinet meeting. The agenda is up on the screen so everyone can get an idea. I know that Cynthia sent that out on Friday, so everyone had a couple of days to look over it. I just got to due to people's scheduling and with some conflicts, I got to move some things around on here. Normally, I love starting with NYPD, and I do want to acknowledge that they are both on the call, Sergeant Guglielmo and Officer Sokola from Community Affairs. But I need to start with Nicole Jordan at DHS. So, Nicole, you there, Nicole? I know you were here. Okay. Nicole, you still with us, Nicole? Okay. Let's just, I'm sure she'll jump back on. So let's just go right down the agenda. We can start with New York's finest. I don't know if it's going to be Sergeant Guglielmo or Officer Sokola going over the crime stats.
Sergeant Guglielmo, I'm here. You there, Ralph?
Yes, sir.
Yep. Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Sorry, my allergies are acting up. I feel like I swallowed a flower. So the crime stats are pretty good. We're in actually really good shape comparatively to the other Bronx precincts. We're down in robberies, we're down in felonious assaults. We're up a little in robberies, but not too much of a worry there. I mean, we're pretty close, 15 versus 18 last year. The one thing that we are still having a problem with is grand larceny of autos. We're up 200%, and I'm taking a lot of those reports now. It's once again, I feel like I'm repeating myself, but it's people leaving keys in the car. Like 149 at Southern Boulevard, that deli there is a big hot spot. People love the air conditioning. It's warm out, so they leave the car running. They run in to go get a cup of coffee. They come back out, and their car is gone. Also, I wanted to address the shootings. I know it's been, everybody's been watching on TV and
hold on, Sergeant. Hold on, Sergeant.
Yes.
Hold on. I'm sorry.
Yep.
So let's just stick with the crime stats for 1 second. The seven major crime index.
Yep.
Where are we with murders?
Right now, with murders,
homicides,
we had one homicide over the same period last year. We're actually down in 77% in rapes. Felonious assaults, we're down 65%. Burglaries, which is another big number for us, we're down 83% in burglaries, and we're down 40% in grand larceny. So overall, we're down, we're somewhat like around 40%, in these crimes. So that's good for us. But we're up 200%. That's the number that I'm worried about with grand larcenies of autos. That's really the number that really bothers me is the grand larceny of autos. We've been very fortunate with shootings as far as the 41st precinct. We've also been deploying. That's the big thing that everybody's been calling and texting me about. I've had a number of people in the community asking me about it. We actually made an arrest 4th of July weekend. It was Friday into Saturday. We had a male shooting at another male on 163 right by the laundromat. It was like the intersection of Intervale and 163. So these two guys get into a beef. One guy shoots off 4 rounds. We found 4 shell casings on the ground. Actually, I was on the street that night. My guys and I were about a block away on Westchester Avenue. We were breaking up a party in front of the tire shop. Call comes over for shots fired. We go back into the vicinity. As I pull up on the laundromat, 2 of my detectives pulled up behind me. We see a male drop something behind the vehicle that we heard hit the ground, and it turned out to be a Bursa 380. So he had dropped a handgun on the ground. We pursued him on foot, and we arrested him on Westchester Avenue. So it turns out that he actually wasn't the shooter. He was the one being shot at, I guess, for retaliation. He went and got a gun out of his vehicle, came back out on the street, and then tried to shoot at the guy, but we got there before he did. So basically what we're doing is we're just trying to deploy our units into the high shooting areas, high shooting locations. 164 in Prospect is one of them, 163 in Kelly, obviously Intervale, Westchester, that area. So every night Captain Schubler and I are deploying the NCOs and working late tours just because we don't want what's going on in Brooklyn to happen here. We don't want to see a 1-year-old child get shot on the street. So that's really our focus right now is to keep the shootings down. Also the park. We've been working with the Parks Department from Rainey Park. I have 2 officers dedicated there every night. It's Officer Dupree and Officer Feliz, and we have them in there with the smart cars. They liaison with the parks police, which they've been great with us as far as rules and regulations. And we've been shutting the park down at 10 p.m. every night and then cleaning up the outer perimeter. So that's pretty much on our end, Ralph.
That's good stuff, Sergeant. I mean, it's really unfortunate what's occurring throughout the city with the shootings. I mean, it's like every day you're waking up and you're hearing multiple locations, multiple neighborhoods of shootings occurring. You see some videos. Yes, it's very tragic of the 1-year-old, as you mentioned. And I guess we're a little fortunate to say that at least the 41st precinct is not one of these precincts that is experiencing these high volume of shootings. So please continue to be safe. Please continue to keep up the good work, I guess. I don't know if anyone has any questions for the precinct.
Hey, Ralph, this is Miles from Southern Boulevard.
Hey, Miles.
Hey there. I mean, this pales in comparison to what we're talking about at the moment, but we're seeing an extreme abuse of double parking, triple parking on the boulevard each day now. It's getting worse. I was wondering if there's anything we can do or any plans you have about moving that along.
Yeah, 100%, Miles. Where is the double park? Because right now, lately, I've been focusing on the double parking, obviously around Rainey Park, because that was an issue. Because we had 2 shootings there last month, so a lot of my guys that work in the daytime. But where is it on Southern Boulevard, Miles?
So it's basically along the side of the street that goes towards Del Valle from Westchester.
Okay.
Yeah, it changes throughout the day, but I'm getting a lot of complaints from store owners that are now opening saying that, even their drop-offs can't even come and do it efficiently because people are just parked for so long and then they're circling the block. So it's just causing a lot of congestion, I think, for the area, not just even the boulevard.
And this is happening predominantly during the daytime, right?
Yeah, from about 11 till 4.
Perfect, no problem. I'll have my traffic units address the condition. I have 2 traffic officers that work in the daytime. The other issue was that NYPD traffic, that usually handles that.
Hold on a minute.
The traffic agents, they were decimated with the coronavirus. A lot of people were out sick, and they're just getting back on their feet now. So, but I definitely have Officer Foy and Perales can definitely head over there and take care of it.
I really appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
No problem, Miles. Anything.
All right, cool. Sergeant, just I would love for you and Officer Sokola to stay on so you can get to hear other issues and concerns that are happening in the district. So let's move on. Nicole, you there now?
Ralph,
yes,
one
yes,
more thing. Are you there, Ralph?
I'm sorry. Hold on, Nicole. Hold on. Yes, Sergeant.
I'm sorry, Ralph. One more thing. The last thing Captain Schublin wanted me to mention, we're doing a food drive at the precinct Thursday, 4 to 7 p.m. So please let all your constituents know. The last one was a great success. I was on vacation. Unfortunately, I got to miss it. But I heard it was a great success. But we were having another food drive Thursday from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m.
Great. Yeah, I know the girls in the office has been blasting the flyers out for that. So
thank you, Ralph. I appreciate it.
We'll try to get as many people. Please, Sergeant, not a problem. Nicole.
You,
yes, apologies. I'm doing multiple things. Apologies. I'm back. So
that's fine.
For the record, I just want to clarify, just for the record, that you and I spoke last week, and there were a couple of questions that you asked me to have answers to today, or at least be able to respond. So I want to start there. For the record, DHS did call and notify you about 2 stabilization locations that have been open in your district, and this is pandemic related. So we opened a location on Leggett and also on Bruckner. And BRC is the provider for both. So they are 1 to 2 persons to a room. The clients that will utilize these services are end-of-the-line subway station clients in the Bronx. So those are those chronically street homeless that end up at this end of the line, and that they are able to accept our services, and then we have a place for them to get them back to stabilization. A process which you're familiar with, Ralph. BRC went through the normal proposal. They submitted a proposal for emergency placements due to COVID, and that's how they were awarded this site. And as you know, they cover 4 boroughs. How long is the space? You asked about how long is this expected to be here. So the contract right now is awarded for 6 months because it is pandemic related, with a renewal option if the pandemic extends into 1 year. But this use of this site is pandemic related. We also, you asked about commercial hotels. We do not have any commercial hotels in your district. So you are aware that Department of Homeless Services moved all of our single adults out of congregate settings because we needed to follow social distancing regulations and make sure everyone was safe in the time.
Can you hold on one second? Hold
COVID.
on. I think that's Jermaine Williams. Who's, if you can just mute
I'm
yourself
sorry.
because we're hearing you in the background. Thank you. Go ahead, Nicole.
Okay, so we moved all of our single adults out of hotels. We have been able to move all of them out of congregate settings into hotels. So that is complete. But again, there are no hotels in Community Board 2.
Nicole, just for the record, can you give us the address again? Because I want the 4-1 precinct to know of these locations also.
Yes. 944 Leggett.
How many individuals are at 944 Leggett?
27.
Okay. That's the capacity. Is it full now?
That's the total of clients. That's what I have is the total,
Okay.
27.
Okay, and what's the other one?
The other one is 2 buildings on Bruckner. I believe they're connected in some way, even though the addresses are slightly different. 857 Bruckner.
I talked to this person.
And 871 Bruckner. And they have 20 clients.
Okay. And that's the capacity,
One building
20?
has 20, and the other building has 19. So
Okay,
right
so
now
we're
we're
looking
talking. Go ahead, Ralph.
Yeah, 39. But is that the total capacity that they can have, or is that just what's in it now?
That's the total that I have right now.
Okay.
If anything changes, I'll reach out to Streets and find out if there's any, to keep me abreast if there are any changes. But that's the latest information I got as of last night.
All right, and I like the conversation that we had. A concern that I have is I don't want to see other borough clients going into these locations when we have clients of our own that can utilize this and utilize the services there. I think that defeats the purpose of opening these up and you're moving in, clients from other boroughs here. So, okay.
Understood. So as I've been told, these are for end of the line clients.
Okay,
so
great.
end of the line clients in our borough.
Okay.
And
all right. So
the other issue that you asked me about is the Bruckner, which I am aware has been an ongoing issue almost every summer and sometime in the fall for your district for quite a while. I don't have any news or anything for you that you will be pleased with. Just in all honesty, I've always been completely transparent with you. You received an email from Deputy Commissioner which talked about budget updates. It talked about a lot of different things that DSS and DHS is going through. So just to give you highlights, in regarding to cleanup, there is a lot up in the air regarding cleanup. So as you know, FY 2021 budget funds have been shifted. NYPD will no longer be a part of any DHS services. NYPD was their HOU unit, which has been dismantled, which was their homeless outreach unit, which has been reassigned. All of those officers there have been reassigned to another unit, so that unit no longer exists, which does impact our work when it comes to cleanups. And the cleanups were done, as you know, in coordination with DSNY, NYPD, multiple agencies. So that is impacting it there. Unfortunately, I don't have any new updates, any new alternatives for you right now as to what this cleanup protocol will look like. It is still being discussed.
That's very unfortunate, Nicole, because you know that this,
yes.
Besides being an eyesore, we're looking at safety measures here. You got people right on Bruckner Boulevard, and we know that they're either mentally ill or substance use users that can easily just walk right on the street and, can cause an accident if they don't get hit by a car themselves. Maritza, you're on this, right, Maritza?
She's on.
Maritza, I just want you to make sure that the council members are aware. I just want you to make sure that make the council member aware of what Nicole just stated, as far as like there's no plans in place or they're working on a plan, but there's nothing on the horizon to do this cleanup. Now I know sanitation is not on because sanitation they shifted their hours, but I was on the phone with the superintendent before this meeting. And they're willing to go and clean it up. However, there's a lot of syringes there. So we got to try to work on something there as far as getting other solutions going on here, because this is something now where it's really unfortunate. Also, I see that Darissa is here from DOT. Hi, Darissa. How we doing?
Hi, Ralph. I'm good. How are you?
I am well. So, Darissa, this is DOT's property to begin with, right? And I know the emphasis has always been on the cleanups regarding DHS and NYPD and sanitation. But now I need help from your agency also. And I think on a long-term process is how are we going to activate this location? It doesn't necessarily need fencing because there's a bike lane there. So I know we can't fence this location up. I know that there's work being done on the Sheridan, on our part now, the Sheridan Expressway, the Hunts Point ramp. So I know there should be construction going on. But I need Novato's help here, Keith. So I need your help with this. Just in
Sure, I will bring
conversations
this
on
up
what we
to the
can
borough
do.
commissioner.
Please tell them that we need to activate this location one way or another. We're just having tremendous issues with a homeless encampment and a lot of debris there.
Okay.
All right. So, Nicole, is there anything else that you want to mention?
Just to let you know that in light of the way things are happening right now, this our new normal, and trying to figure out how we function in this. I know BronxWorks, I do want to say BronxWorks has doubled their capacity to do outreach, so they go out to these sites multiple times a day, anywhere between 4 to 6 times a day, to sites that are known to be hot spots, and we are aware that the Bruckner is considered a hot spot, and it's an area that we are aware that is an issue of concern. So they go out anywhere between 4 to 6 times a day to offer services. It's just that at this point, because of the budget, the pandemic, all of the things that are happening at one time, the way it is shaking out at this point, once they go offer services, if services are not accepted, what we can do is completely limited at this time. Again, had a meeting with leadership this morning, did definitely express the concern here, because I understand this is a major concern, and it's something that, pops up every summer. So it's not a new issue. It's something that we want to get resolved with you. And
well, it's not every summer. At this point, Nicole, it's year round.
It's year round.
This is year round. This is not just a summer issue. It's not seasonal here. I just don't know what else I can say right now. I said, I know sanitation is willing to clean it. There's needles there.
Okay.
I think that's something that BronxWorks can assist with, getting a syringe program there to clean up the needles. And then sanitation won't have no problem going over there and cleaning it up. So I wish the super was on the line now so he can hear this for himself, and I don't want to speak for him.
Ralph, if I could just interject real quick.
Yes, Sergeant.
Hey, how you doing? So we knew this was a problem. Hi, Nicole. We knew this was an issue that we got defunded with the homeless outreach unit. So Captain Schubler and I came up with a plan, actually. I reached out to sanitation about a week ago. We're actually doing a joint operation. I spoke to the sanitation supervisor in our area on the Bruckner. The Bruckner is one of my major hotspots.
Yeah.
So we're doing a joint operation this week, either Thursday or Friday. We're going to clean up the Bruckner. The only issue that we're having is, like Nicole said, if these people refuse services, I can't. This is still America. I can't force them to go to the hospital. But at the very least, we're trying to proactively clean up the Bruckner. My NCOs are out there. I went out there last night with Captain Schubert. We surveyed the area. We're trying to get rid of the encampment so they're not encamped on the Bruckner. Listen, it's a Band-Aid as we try to figure this whole thing out. Like Nicole said, they were defunded, so it's very difficult to figure out right now. But that's what we're trying to do right now. So I've been in touch with sanitation, and I actually have a meeting with him tomorrow morning. We're probably going to do an operation Thursday or Friday in the evening to clear the debris in the encampments.
Great. Okay. Sergeant, just keep in mind that I just spoke with Super Rivas, and he mentioned about the syringes. So they're not going to clean it up without somebody got to clean it. So, Nicole.
Yes.
Knowing that this is happening now, Nicole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, can we maybe get somebody over there, like from Citywide Harm Reduction, Boom, one of these nonprofits that have no issues cleaning up the syringes?
I can reach out. So I'm part of the Bronx Health Task Force that with Department of Health and other agencies, and they deal with addiction and also homelessness and how the two work together. So I can reach out to Monique there, and I'll definitely loop in Erica and see, what options are available to try to address this issue.
Okay,
also,
fair enough.
If you want to call the superintendent, you have my cell, and then loop me in on the call. Call me anytime, and I'll tell him where we are, what we have, and see what we can do.
All right. He works 5 a.m. to 1 p.m. That's why he couldn't be on now. So it will be a morning call, like 10 or 11. Okay.
That's fine.
All right. Cool. Sounds like a plan. We're putting something together when we all work together. Thank you. I know Jermaine Williams is on also from HRA. So, hi, Jermaine. How are we doing?
Everybody, and I do apologize for that multitasking. You forget you got to put yourself on mute.
That's okay.
That's okay.
Do you have any updates for us?
Yeah. So right now it's pretty much still business as usual. We continue to have lower numbers of centers open, 2 in the Bronx, 2 in Brooklyn, 1 in Manhattan, 1 in Staten Island, and I believe 2 in Queens. And we're gonna, we continue to have people who need our services to reach out with us through Access HRA as well, especially for cash assistance, SNAP, and Medicaid. One thing I will say that actually came up in our last meeting. So our commissioner has a conference call every Tuesday, which is a good tool to utilize for community boards and elected officials to get updates on our agency. And it also gives us our marching orders. And you can also ask questions about concerns you have, which why we find this is like a great tool to use. The one thing we wasn't able to get this last session was a waiver for recertification extension for August. So starting now, we're doing recertifications for clients who are receiving assistance. And prior to not getting a waiver, we was actually able to get a waiver where we exempted recertifications, and it helped us with foot traffic as far as people needing assistance going forward. So now it's more like all hands on deck, trying to make sure we can continue having individuals continue getting their benefits with no interruptions as far as continuing to have the limited access to our centers and just work on recertifications online. And
okay,
that's pretty
let me
much
ask you
it.
something.
So just,
Great. Hold on. The banknote building, your office is there. They're closed still?
I will have to get the address to find out. I believe it's only Ryder and Katona that's open.
Okay, so that means they're closed. All right. Yeah. Sounds good. Yeah. I heard today also about a program assisting individuals with rental arrears, like a one-shot deal.
Right. So we always had one-shot deals. So that was always implemented as far as one of our services that we had. But the thing was, because we had a rent moratorium that's stated right now, that was not something. Not that we wasn't taking applications for it, but there was not the push for it wasn't a mandate because of the fact that the courts wasn't open, so nobody could be evicted right now. So now
Okay.
that we notice changes going down the line, that's the next thing that we know is going to be a big thing coming forward. People applying for one-shot deals that they can do
Okay.
online now. So.
All right. Great. Great.
Okay.
I appreciate that, Jermaine. Thank
No
you so
problem.
much.
Okay. Have a great one.
All right. Look, moving on. I don't see anyone here from FDNY. Is there anyone on here from FDNY?
No.
Okay. Moving on. I know that Darissa's on here. Darissa,
Yes.
hey, can you give us an update, like on open restaurants that applied in our district?
So I don't have a list right now. I'll see if I can get you one. At this point, what we're starting to do is send our inspectors out to make sure they're complying with the specifications we gave them on like how to set up.
Right.
And so I will see if we're able to get you a list of the restaurants that we have in your district.
You sent me a link. I look on the link every time. So I do have a couple of them. I just want to confirm or reiterate when you guys spoke to us, I think last month regarding this, there were no tents or umbrellas allowed for the open restaurant permit. Is that still correct?
No. So we updated that to say that there are certain specifications that they can have an umbrella or a tent set up. Because we understand that nobody's going to want to sit out there in the evening sun.
I know. That's why I brought that up. That's the reason why I brought that up. How about music? Do they need a music permit to be playing music?
So music, I'm not sure about. I can get back to you. I know that most of what we did was like the actual structures. I'm not sure if we're the ones that are also handling like noise, but I'll get back to you. I'll reach out and see if we are, because I'm not sure at this time.
So since you just mentioned that there was some revisions made, I think it would behoove everyone that we notice, because I don't want to be going around with misinformation.
Sure, I'll make sure I send you the updated list of requirements.
Yes, please, that would be great. Even though, like I said, there are very few in between, and I think everyone also needs to understand the difference between the sidewalk permit and the open restaurant permit. So the sidewalk permit goes through the state liquor authority, and they still need a no objection letter from the community board. And the open restaurant, they just need to fill out the application online that DOT provides, and that they need to have a current liquor license, beer, wine liquor license. Is that still correct?
Yes. They also need to have, I believe, a permit for food distribution, because you can't, if it's just a bar and they don't serve food, they can't set up as an open restaurant.
Right, and they still need the ADA requirements of having the number of chairs. They can't have just chairs. They still need chairs and tables, correct?
Yes, and they need to have a ramp if they're going into the street, so that a person with disabilities can also get down into the roadway. Exactly.
Gotcha. Okay. Now, the next thing I have on the agenda for you on this Bruckner Boulevard, the timeline of construction, that relates to, there's a lot of construction going on the Bruckner Boulevard by Bryant, between Fail and Bryant. Now, I don't know if that's part of the Sheridan and that's state DOT, but can you let me know if that's you guys or what's going on over there?
Sure. I'm almost positive that it is the state, but I will definitely double check what permits are out over there.
And I just want to also confirm that we received now it's going to be like in force of the Vision Zero and Bruckner Boulevard. The entire length of Bruckner Boulevard is going to be 25 miles per hour.
Yes, I believe that's correct.
All right, cool.
I just have one thing
yes.
for you. So we held our draft plan meeting for City Bike on Monday. And I just wanted to make sure that you had received the invite for that.
That just passed?
Yeah.
Wow. Was that
we had to have another one because the turnout was pretty low, so we weren't sure if it's just that maybe people didn't get the invite. I just wanted to check if you had gotten it.
Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, and I'm happy that NYPD is still on here, and I love Revel. but Revel's taking over everywhere. You got these little moped guys driving everywhere now, and I don't know if they're licensed. There's like 2 people on. Everybody likes Revel. Nobody's gonna want to do these city bikes. But something got to give here because we got too many of these mopeds driving around recklessly, and I think that's gonna have an effect on the city bike program. But please send me another email when the meeting happens, and I'll confirm it with you. Okay?
All right, no problem.
Does anybody have any questions for Darissa and DOT?
Ralph, real quick. Hi, Darissa. So
Hi.
we did have an issue with one of the lounges. I called the State Liquor Authority, and then I had called the New York State hotline. And so the restaurants, I did the SLA checks for most of the restaurants in our area. Everybody's been in compliance except for one restaurant we're having an issue with, Exito Lounge. It's by Tiffany. Exito, yes, Tiffany and 165. So the owner there, basically, it's a bar and lounge. They're not supposed to have music after midnight. The music is supposed to be at a reasonable level. I've caught them on 2 separate occasions now since they reopened. I've issued multiple summonses. I think it's 7 or 8 summonses now that we did bar inspection. And not only that, during the corona pandemic, the guy is running a hookah lounge. I mean, there's nothing worse than having 9 people sucking on one hookah pipe. I was trying to explain to him, I'm like, you're not a hookah lounge. You're not licensed to be a hookah lounge. So I contacted the State Liquor Authority about pulling their license. But everybody else has been pretty much in compliance. If anybody sees anything that's out of the norm, please contact me. And if you guys hear music coming from a bar after midnight, they're not supposed to have, the music is supposed to be at a reasonable level, and it's supposed to be cut off at midnight. So they're not supposed to have music after midnight. Exit lounges, that's one of our hot spots. We're working on trying to pull their the State Liquor Authority, their temporary permit that they have. It's located at 960 East 165 Street. So
we know it very well, Sergeant. We know that very well.
It's one of my problem spots. So
we have a committee.
What we're doing.
Yes.
Hey, Ralph, it's Erica. Can you please send me that address via email? Because if they are serving hookah without a hookah permit, we need to send our inspectors out there.
Sergeant, what's the address again?
It's 960 East 165 Street.
165, Exito. I'll send it to you, Erica. And
Thanks,
Sergeant and Erica, so that you guys know, we have a committee that does the renewals for the liquor license. And we always have NYPD present to give us the last 2 years of any interactions, summonses, any criminality. And this is going to be good to know if you've been issuing multiple summonses.
I have it all on file, Ralph. I have it all on file. I can email it to you and the inspectors. I have it all on file.
When the time comes, we will do that because then we're going to, I cannot speak for the committee, but clearly this has always been an issue with this bar. They have multiple managers there, and we've in good faith have been trying to work with them, but I think this is going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back here. So thank you for that,
I tried working
Sergeant.
with him, Ralph, when they opened up, but I mean, I felt bad for the guy. He was shut down for 4 months, and he wasn't, paying his rent and making money. But I mean, I gave him multiple warnings when he first opened, and now it's egregious. It's gotten out of control.
At the end of the Sergeant, you're doing a great job, Sergeant. At the end of the day, it's the community's interest over anyone's, finances at this moment.
Yes.
So, okay, fair enough. Larissa, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Let's move
no problem.
on. Sanitation. I just spoke with sanitation enforcement regarding this location. This is a dialysis right on the corner of Barreto. There's just got a lot of debris all over the place. They're going to be looking at that, and they already issued them a couple of summonses. Sanitation, they're on a skeleton crew. They're getting a lot of cutbacks. They're working now midnight to 8 a.m. They want everyone to put out the garbage after 4. So if you're going in the evening and you see garbage that could be expected, it's between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. that you should not be seeing garbage or anywhere where people are, like the residential buildings in particular are leaving out their garbage. Everything has to be out after 4, and they're, making all the supers aware of that. And then we also now just discussed on the Bruckner. One good note was on Woodlock under the train. So that's Woodlock and over by 165 also in Lowell. We had a lot of debris. There's still some major debris there, but they've been working on that. And they need they got barrels full of oil that DEC, not DEP, that DEC labeled and tagged. So we're just waiting for DEC to come back to pick up those barrels, and then they could finish doing the cleanup there. But if there's any other issues with sanitation, he had about 25 311 calls that we was just discussing before I had this meeting. So a lot of things going on over there with that. Victoria, DOB, how we doing?
Hi, how are you?
Good. So
good. Go ahead.
This 886 Irvine Street, I know that there was some 311 calls. I know the inspector went out. So the guy has an illegal shed in his backyard. And it's an eyesore for both neighbors. I guess 888, and I guess that would be 886, 888, or 890, I guess it would be. But they keep calling me about this. And from my understanding, from emails that you and Eula sent me, you know, they're going to close this. They're going to have to keep calling 911. I'm just curious, what can be done here?
Well, I know that they went out. We went out there on 6/11, and that no illegal structure was observed in the rear of 886 Irvine Street. But I mean, I can still keep sending inspectors to that location to see exactly what's going on, because
I'm going to follow up with. Okay, I'm going to follow up with the homeowner. I mean, I don't know. There's no financial liability. Like, he's not losing money. And
right.
One of the issues is he's saying there's a lot of rodents coming out of there. And I told him he has to be really careful about calling 311 for the rodents, because I know that DOHMH will go and issue ECV to everybody that has burrows on back there.
Right.
I don't know what more I can do at a location like this, and I just want to go on record that we've been, we've exhausted our resources with this. So I'll follow up with the homeowner, and I'll let them know what, if they want to continue calling 311 so they can keep documenting it, we'll take it from there.
Yeah, just let me know, and if you want, like I said, I can send another inspector out there.
I'll follow back up with you via email, and I'll let you know about that.
All right.
Now,
okay.
I know that you sent out an email regarding this stop work orders for COVID stop work orders.
Right.
Can you give us a briefing on that?
Basically, right now, I'm not really by my laptop right now, so I could send you some stuff later on that for the stop work orders, because they actually changed it today on it, so I don't want to say something and then I'm unsure at the moment.
Okay, that's fair enough. I appreciate that. Please follow up with that though with me, please.
I will, Ralph. No problem.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions for DOB? Hello? Anybody? Okay. Let's move on then. We got Parks. I know we had someone call in, and I know that Valerie's on. Valerie, how we doing?
I'm doing fabulous. How are you, Ralph, and everyone else?
I am well. Thank you so much.
That's
good.
We
just skip something? Could we just talk about any updates on the bathroom at Lions Playground?
Okay. Well, I got an update from capital person here in the office, Mike, where you know that construction was part of phase 1 with the reopening of the city. So the contractor is out there working now. But as for additional information, Mike is going to have to get back, because we're behind in the capital work at Lions Playground.
Right. Can you send me an email with that, just like forecasting, the work that's being done and forecasting the completion?
Okay.
This is like, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the third summer, or at least the third year.
Okay.
I know we had the ribbon cutting like 2 years ago. and we're still not completed with this bathroom. So any information you can provide for that, Valerie, would be great.
I definitely will. And then the next item you have, Bill Rainey Park, as the sergeant said in the 4-1, they have been working in conjunction with us, and we greatly appreciate all the assistance that we get from the 41st Precinct at Bill Rainey. So we are definitely, locking up the park, and they're out there doing what they got to do. So everything is right. It's okay.
Okay.
Now,
I know things have improving. And
yeah,
I know that,
they really are.
Yeah, I get a report every now and then from Commissioner Rosa. What's going on, and I forward that to the executive officers of the board, the ones that were bringing up concerns regarding Bill Rainey Park. So they're content with everything, and they have direct access to the commissioner if things were to pick up. But I know that NYPD has been doing a great job, and you guys have stuff out there. The question that I had brought up was, I know the council member allocated funding to have additional PEP officers there. And, we just want to make sure that that's still happening. And I think the council member is going to be allocating additional funding in this fiscal year, specifically for PEP officers there also. So we don't want to see that fall by the wayside. Clearly, there's a difference when enforcement is there. So I just want to thank you for that, and please send my regards to the commissioner.
I definitely.
Do you have anything outside of this?
Well, just to give you an update, we opened our playgrounds, which was on the part of Phase 3 last Monday, and also, we're also park users now have access to the amenities within our parks and playgrounds, but we're still not, as far as our permits for basketball tournaments, that we're not issuing any permits for that, because we're still, want people to practice social distancing. Our basketball rims is being installed, our handball courts is open, our tennis court, volleyball, bocce, dog runs, and so forth. So we also have some missing locations, like where people would go to go and cool off. And as of July the 24th, Mulally swimming pool will be open. We're only going to open 3 in the Bronx, which is Crotona, Mulally, and Hafen. So that's where we are. Mulally, Crotona, and Hafen.
Oh, Hafen, okay.
Hafen. And as far as, I just wanted to share some district information, because the regional manager, Minerva, wanted me to report on it, because, due to the seasonal budget, we didn't get all our seasonals this summer. So she just wanted to share to you that we are short on manpower, but we're doing the best that we can. Where before last summer we could clean the parks every day, but maybe we'll get to it every other day. Our packer is down in the district. Well, hopefully that'll be up and running soon. We don't really have a date when we'll be back. It'll be back in service. And what else she wanted me to know? The staffing is short because we didn't get our seasonal hiring, but we're still doing the best that we can.
All right. Thank you so much. Send my regards to Minerva, please.
Excuse me, I'd like to add something, please.
Hold on, Sergeant. Yes, Sergeant.
Hello?
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 Yes,
Clark.
Yes, this is Sean Bowman, one of the supervisors here at Rainey. There's a couple of things that we like to put on. Yes, hi, how are you?
Hi, Sean, okay.
We have a dangerous condition at Del Valle Square, the hub. We got cited as a immediate attention IA because of MTA did not finish the job over there, and we constantly sent emails about this condition, and it's wooden planks on the sidewalk, but the wooden planks are not sturdy, and it's a trip hazard for the public. Now, we secured it with barricades and caution tape, but we need something done about that, as well as there's an area at Del Valle that there are junkies sleeping inside the metal grate area, and they're doing drugs. So we need some help with that as well.
Okay, I would suggest then to advise your PEP to, you know, maybe help clean up the individuals
actually,
there.
See, that hub is MTA and park. Now, that area that the junkies are sleeping in, that little triangle area, that's where they're sleeping at that area there, sir. And they're doing needles, it's debris, feces. It's a very unsafe condition.
Sergeant Guglielmo, is there any way that we can advise, like, the transit division of this location?
Yeah, I mean, I gotta reach out. I'm not sure about the boundaries. I think he's right. The supervisor's correct that it's that would be MTA. I could reach out to my counterpart in MTA and find out if we can do a sweep there, and we can do a joint operation with MTA. You know what I'll do is, Ralph, I'll get the supervisor's information from you at the end of the call, and Supervisor, I'll reach out to you later on today, and we'll do maybe a joint operation there.
All right, I'm going to give you Valerie's information because I have Valerie's information, and we could take
Yes, please do.
Okay.
Thank you,
Thank you, Super.
All right,
Supervisor,
one
thank
more
you so
thing.
much for that. Yes.
I'm sorry, one more. At Drake Cemetery, we have 2 huge freezers that was illegally dumped there. Now, we reported it to 311 to sanitation, but me and my partner did our inspections today, and they're still there. It's on Drake Park South, and that's at the cemetery. And they are huge.
And Ralph?
We can't even pick them up onto a rack truck and discard them. They're very, very huge.
Okay, I'll make sanitation aware of it. I don't know what sanitation could do because they do not pick up anything with carburetors, in particular, like in particular refrigerators, because they still have the carburetor in it, and they don't dispose of that. So I'll have sanitation look at it, and we can take it from there.
Hey, Ralph. While we're talking about Del Valle Square for a second here, there is a problem with the actual building, the structure. We're looking at it yesterday, and it seems to have some illegal kind of wiring coming out of the window. Might have something to do with plumbing, water, but it looks like somebody kind of rigged some system recently. With I think somebody should take a look at that, I guess is what I'm saying.
Supervisor, can you look into that, please?
I see what I can do. That site's been abandoned, and there was rumors that they are supposed to be renovating that site, but I will follow up with my managers and let them know about this condition.
Perfect. Thank you, Miles.
Okay, and I can send some pictures.
I'll let our shop's office know as well. As you know,
Yes.
just shoot me the email before to shops.
Okay, perfect, guys. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you, Valerie.
I don't
Thank
think
you.
traffic enforcement is on, but I know Erica is on. Hi, Erica.
Hi, everyone. So briefly regarding COVID-19, as you know, we're actively working on this as the health department. We are currently on phase 3, so we are transitioning into opening up many of our businesses. I did get some questions regarding some businesses in the area had questions of reopening. So there is a business restart hotline that we have. That hotline is 1-800-727-4692. So, of course, the guidance is also on our website and online, but in the event that somebody actually wants to speak to someone, they can definitely call our hotline. Our messaging, for the most part, remains the same.
Hold on, Erica. Can the park? I'll just mute him. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry?
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. There was just too much background noise. I just had to mute people there.
Okay. So in regards to our messaging, it remains the same. We ask New Yorkers to continue to practice social distancing. In the event that you are unable to practice social distancing, we ask you to wear a face covering. This doesn't necessarily need to be a mask. It could be a bandana, a scarf, and practice good hand hygiene. We are actively outreaching to communities regarding our testing sites. We encourage all New Yorkers to get tested. You can call 311 to get the nearest testing site in your area, as well as going on our website. All that information, you just submit your zip code, and it'll pull up the nearest testing site to you.
So, Erica, that's part of what, and I'm sorry that I got to cut you off here, but
yeah.
What is deal? We need more testing in my district, and that's where I'm seeing everywhere people getting sites. How come and if you look at the numbers, if you look at the zip codes and you go by community boards, we have the lowest numbers of like positive cases and people getting tested. And I feel that part of it is that we don't have a local testing site. So what can we do to get a local testing site? That's what
you can
what I really
definitely send me an email regarding maybe a testing site recommendation or a site that you have in mind. We're currently trying to target our most, our communities that have been hit the hardest. So we are actively working on that. We're slowly transitioning into getting more of these testing sites throughout the areas that definitely need it the most. And so if you have a specific recommendation or anything of that, you can definitely put that in an email for me, and I'll connect with, with our unit that handles those requests. So definitely feel free to reach out to me. So also I was saying in regards to the COVID-19 testing, they can also visit our web, nyc.gov/COVID tests, and also pull up testing locations near them. And then last thing is regarding COVID. We are actively offering social support. We understand this is a pandemic and many individuals are in need of services. And so we have our NYC Well hotline that everyone is aware of, but the state also has an emotional support hotline. That number is 1-844-863-9314. So that's
all right,
regarding
Erica,
COVID-19.
literature. So if we're not going to get, I understand what you're saying, and this is worldwide, right? This is a worldwide pandemic. I need to focus on my district, and I need you to help me to focus just on my district. What can you give us as far as literature of what you're saying now, so I can give out to folks in my district, so that if we're not getting a testing site, at least they know where to call 311. Do you guys have any literature, any information whatsoever that we can share with the district?
For testing sites, I can try to get you some information that I can send to you via email that you can have at your community board, or even just email blast out. So I'll definitely get back to you with that.
That's what I need. That's what I need. That's what we need here. Everyone knows what the hell is going on. We need keep your hand, wash your hands, face mask, social distance. Everyone understands that. But the city, on one hand, is emphasizing everyone to get tested. And if you, like I said, if you look at the numbers in my district, we're low. We're very low. Not too many people are getting tested. And I'm trying to figure out why. And the majority of it is traveling outside of the district to get tested. So I need some help here. If we're not going to get a testing site, I need something. Give me something that I can at least give back to them, so that they understand where they can go. We got people getting tested and getting results in 2 weeks. And I seen yesterday we have a site up in East Tremont that they're getting the results back in 15 minutes. I just want a place where we can get tested. I don't care if they get the results a couple of days later, but I need something here. So please share whatever you have. Send the information to the office, and we could take it from there.
Yeah, but I also ask you, please send me that email for a recommendation of a testing site, because we want to have this information from the community boards as well as the communities that definitely need additional assistance.
I'm going to send you one email with the Exito address and a suggestion for our location. Because we already have the health clinics here. And I just, please help me with that. Okay, let's move on
and
here.
The second item on the agenda is regarding spraying. In general, when we do notifications for spraying, we do connect with the board, the elected officials, CBOs in the area. At this time, I do not believe if we haven't done any spraying in your immediate area. I can definitely relook at our numbers, but I usually connect with you. You always receive an email from me. But we haven't done it in your area. Again, the spraying in general is one of our last steps, and this is in the event that our mosquito traps capture, any mosquito that tests positive for West Nile, let's just say. And so we do the spraying in specific locations. We do flyering, and, we connect with the boards, and it's something that happens relatively quickly. Unfortunately, these are not events that we have scheduled, as previously discussed in different presentations that we've done for the board. These are not events that we have scheduled months in advance. It really depends on, the mosquito traps, and after studying to see if we actually have a positive case or not regarding, let's just say, West Nile. And so we haven't done one in your area. But again, in the event that we do one in the future, this is something that we would definitely connect with you.
Please, the more notice, because this is a hot item for my board members. They correlate mosquito spraying and the airplanes with the chemtrails. So this is what I got to deal with. So I got to go on record that I'm at least trying to get this information in advance.
Of course,
you are fully aware of what I got to go through with that. And it's the same thing now with the testing. I'm getting a lot of people asking me how come there's no testing sites in close proximity to our district. So, all right. Thank you, Erica. Is there anything else on your end?
Nope. That's it for health, unless there are any questions.
Yeah. Does anybody have anything for DOHMH? All right. Great. Let's move on. Effie, you're the last item on the agenda, and I know people might want to participate, give announcements or updates. So, where are we now with the So we met with the council member via Zoom, right? And there was some follow up that needed to be done. It's been like 3 weeks, and nobody's followed up with us.
We send everything over.
We
sent emails with responses. We also sent an email with the presentation as was requested and responses, and also an email stating that, we are willing to hire a construction community liaison for the project. Are you sure you didn't get it?
Effie, can you forward that to me, please?
Yeah, absolutely.
The one that I got was, I got the presentation one. That I did get. I get your scavenger reports.
July 8th, I sent out an email at 12:29, and it basically, thanks everyone for the meeting where we had the Hunts Point Digester Project presentation. We also stated that we would like to add a community construction liaison to be the point of contact for the community and field all concerns at all times. And then some follow-up responses to those questions. I'll definitely resend it to you. Yeah.
Okay. No, actually, I'm looking at it now.
Okay, good.
July 8th, right? Okay. The community, you calling it a CCL. I see that. Okay.
Yeah, that whole, and at the bottom, we have some information about, the number of trucks, additional capacity at the plant and stuff like that. Those were questions that came up during the meeting.
Right. Are we having a follow-up meeting with this?
I don't know if you need to have a follow-up meeting with that. Maybe you would like to review the email and, let me know. I have not heard anything back from anybody else, but the follow-up meeting would have been to discuss some of those questions that came up, which we were cut short on the Zoom session.
Right. Okay. I got you.
So, yeah.
All right. So when is construction going to start? Do you know?
I don't have it in front of me, but definitely if you look at the presentation, we have all that information on there.
Okay.
That's all I have right now. And by the way, we're doing testing of COVID at all our 14 wastewater treatment plants in the city.
For the public?
We're testing the water for the presence of COVID.
The
yeah,
water.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay. Have you got any of those results?
No, we're doing that in conjunction with some universities, and it's the first time we're doing that. But all those press releases and things like that, I usually just send over to your office. If you have any questions, always feel free to reach out. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll reach out to you right away for anything. I appreciate that, and I appreciate having access to you also.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. Okay. So we're a little bit past 2 o'clock right now. I got every item on the agenda completed. I want to know now, is there anyone on the on this call right now that want to provide an announcement?
Hey, Ralph, this is Jokarina from Emergency Management.
Hi, Jokarina. How we doing?
I'm good. I just want to make sure people know where to find cooling center in case they need it. And again, I just want to reiterate that cooling centers get only open when we meet the trigger, which is heat index of 95 for 2 consecutive days or one day of 100-degree heat index of 100 degrees for one day. Again, if you go to the chat, you will have the link to the cooling center finder, or you can call 311 to get information on cooling centers, but this information will only be provided and active once the cooling center has been activated. So if you go right now, you're not going to be able to find any cooling center because we haven't activated it. But we hopefully, not knocking on wood, but we probably will have to activate it for the weekend. And if we do, we'll share information with your community board. We'll share the link and make sure that people can find the cooling center.
Okay, great, Yokarina. Thank you for joining. Your office is doing great work, and I understand, knowing the circumstances, I know you're going through a lot there. So thank you for taking some time out. Who else? Anyone else want to provide any updates?
Hey, Ralph, it's Rolando from Con Ed. How you doing?
Yo, Rolando, what's going on? How you doing?
Hey, sorry. Did I just jump in with about this is craziness, the whole conference call. So I apologize if I stepped over someone's toes right now that jumped on. But
that's okay. What's going on, Rolando?
So you saw my email back from about Truxton with
600 Truxton. They have to apply a brand new application. They have to put in, correct?
Yeah, we've been waiting since October for it because when you have new loads, you have to submit a new case because then we have to make those adjustments for it. So
I'll follow up with the owner there.
Okay, and the second issue, I know it's always been coming up. We submitted what we needed to submit to the developer over at the alternate fuel station. We haven't heard from Brian, so that is on their court. So
you're talking about a Halleck, right? A Halleck?
Yeah. So
okay.
we did our part, so we're just waiting on them.
All right, sounds good, Fernando, and I appreciate you being on the call with us. Thank you so much.
All right, I gotta jump off, but if anything you need, you know where to reach me.
Yeah, I know. Thank you.
All right, take care.
Be good, Rolando. Stay safe. Thank you. All right, who's up? Who's next?
Hey, everyone. This is Brian Polanco from the Office of Public Advocate. I'm going to make this really short and sweet. We're still doing remote constituent services. In order to contact them is 212-669-7250. And their email is gethelp@advocate.nyc.gov. We're also going to be having a virtual event tomorrow on the post-primary reactions. And we're also we recently released a statement on the shootings that happened this weekend. I'm going to be putting all this in the text box on the chat box. I hope everybody's doing well and wishing you and your families all the best.
Thank you, Polanco. Likewise. Be good.
Thank you.
Christina.
Hey, what's up? Hi, everyone. It's Christina from the Office of the Bronx District Attorney. Only announcement I have is that our courts have opened up to some extent in limited capacity. All people entering the court are asked to wear a face mask. There are no exceptions. If someone decides that they want to enter the building without one, they will not be allowed in the building, and they will not be provided with any face mask. And whoever they're meeting in the building will be notified that this person was not allowed in the building. So if you know of anyone going into the courts, please make sure that they have a mask on hand. There are no exceptions for this policy.
All right.
That's it.
All right.
Thank
you,
you,
Christina. Stay safe.
You too.
Who else?
Hey, Ralph. Josue.
Yo, Josue.
How you doing?
I'm okay, sir. How are you?
Good. Just a really quick update. So the past couple of months, the Department for the Aging has run 2 campaigns, one based around elder abuse and the other around social isolation, both of which are targeting older adults and encouraging them to reach out to us if they do feel, that they've been the victim of elder abuse or any other kind of crime, and then afterwards, if they feel, if they've been feeling isolated or a little bit more vulnerable, given that we're preaching social isolation because of the pandemic, We've been encouraging them to reach out to our Aging Connect line in order so that we can connect them to appropriate services. We've also been encouraging people to volunteer for our friendly visiting program, which is now gone over the phone. So as opposed to meeting up with older adults in person, we're now having people reach out to them over the phone in order to, initiate that contact and maintain that form of, that relationship between them. That way, it gives us an active way to fight social isolation with older adults. In addition, just a quick update about our senior centers. They remain closed for the moment. We're still working to try and find the best way that we can have them open while maintaining social distancing regulations and ensuring that the health of our clients is being maintained and it's the highest priority. So until we're able to really work that out, our centers do remain closed, but most of them are still providing services either virtually or over the phone. In addition to that, I'm also going to be sending you a flyer after this meeting about the Senior Farmers Market program that's been going on, actually.
Okay.
Older adults are interested in reaching out or applying, they can contact our Agent Connect line. I'm going to leave the number in the chat along with my email as well.
Okay, that's great. And make sure you send that to the office and we can blast that out. That's not a problem.
You got it.
Thank you, Josue. Anyone else?
Hey, Russ,
All right,
this is
great.
Miles.
Hey, Miles, what's up? I'm sorry.
Hey, no problem. I just wanted to let everybody know we're having a cleanup morning this Saturday at 9 a.m. on Southern Boulevard. So if anybody wants to join us for 2 hours to do some cleaning, a little painting, you can just email me. And then we're also one of the few pickup sites for face masks. It's supposed to be for small businesses, but, let me know if anybody needs face masks or knows of people who need them because we can help facilitate that. I've got lots
That's
here.
great. That's great. Thank you so much. And I know that you gave some to the cleaning guys, so I really appreciate in the building. So I appreciate that.
Oh, yeah.
All right, cool. Thank you, Miles. Stay safe.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Ralph.
Hi, Mariel.
My name is Mariel from the New York City Controller's Office. I just wanted to say, again, thank you to your board and all the meetings that you all have. We can clearly tell that folks care about their community, so hopefully I can be as helpful as possible. If people have any issues or concerns throughout the summer, I will be available, I think, about a week of the entire summer. So if there's anything that folks need from the Controller's Office, and also, too, to make sure that if there are things that my boss releases, either reports or audits, if people have questions about them, so feel free to talk to me about those, because I feel like sometimes people have misconceptions about what's sent out when just reading a headline. So I want to make sure people know that. And if there's anything that folks are looking for, so please let me know. And also, too, if there are any parents within CEC 8 that are DOE schools, we are having a meeting at the end of the month, and I wanted to connect with folks. So Cynthia's been helping me out, Ralph. But if there's any
trying to help you out with PS 75.
Yeah, and if there are any other parents or people on this chat that are the children are in CEC 8, so let me know. But that's pretty much it. Have an amazing summer.
Mariel.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's good to see you. Stay safe, okay? All right, cool. Listen, this was really great. A lot of information packed in an hour. I want to thank Effie, Erica, my two girls. They're always there for me. I really love you girls. Thank you so much. Christina, Brian. I see Emmanuel Martinez. Manny, you want to say anything?
Yeah, I just want to say that, as you know, all the work that the center's been doing, we've been doing a lot of food distribution, mass distributions as well. So let me know if you know anyone who needs them. I can definitely bring it to the center's attention. We also continue to do food distribution, so that's something that's been very helpful and resourceful for the community. Let me know, Ralph. I'll definitely have that taken care of. As of now, you already know we used to do mobilized office hours. So that I'm trying to see when things starts to open up. I would still want to continue that stuff. But as of now, I'm still making sure that I'm taking on cases within CB2's area. So if you know anyone who needs help, let me know.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Emmanuel. And I know that you always reach out to Cynthia if we everything comes up like that. So Cynthia appreciates you reaching out to her. So I'll thank you on behalf of Cynthia.
And I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
All right, I guess that's it. I just want to thank everyone once again. It's good, working with you guys. It's been crazy. I have not had a DSC meeting in months, so I needed to just catch up with a lot of things here. Sergeant Guglielmo, I think this was his first one, so I guess he gets an idea also of what these meetings are, working with city agencies. Well, I want to welcome back Sokola, who was out for a long time. This is first month completed back. So welcome back, Officer Sokola. You was definitely missed. Valerie, Valerie's still on. She's been very helpful to us. Thank you so much for that. Jermaine,
Yes,
I
I'm
appreciate
still
you.
here.
Thank you, Valerie. Thank you. And Jermaine, thank you so much for coming on. You know, we always having some concerns with HRA. So it's, good to connect with you there. And I appreciate everyone. Your Karina has always been helpful too when it comes to issues with emergency management. So I just want, and Darissa is real quiet there, but Darissa is instrumental in helping me move and being a liaison between us and Novato, because we can get a little tension there with Novato every now and then with my chairman in particular. So I just want to thank everyone, and we'll be in touch. Danielle and Cynthia, thank you so much, and everyone knows you can reach out to Danielle and Cynthia for everything. So stay safe, have a great summer, and we'll be in touch. Thank you, everyone.
Right.
Take care.
Bye, everybody.
Yeah,
Bye, guys.
Take care, Ralph.
Bye, everybody.
Take care, everyone. Thank you.